Hey there folks, Kozzi here, drafting for Pick 1, Pack 1. And in case you've ever found yourself waking up at night wondering what happens when a master level drafter lets his wife draft the deck for him, who has never played a card game in her life, well, the answer is basically you get a huge number of 2-drops and a degree of panic. I'm going to find out just how well this deck does. So I hope you guys enjoy what is likely to be my exercise, perhaps, in masochism. At the very least, you can enjoy your Schadenfreude at this. We'll see. I gotta admit, I quite enjoyed the process of drafting with Jinxy. She definitely enjoyed it and enjoyed saying hi to you guys too. And I hope that if you guys even got, 50% of the enjoyment that we did, then it probably had worked well. We have one of our few winnable cards, the mightily underpowered Arachnodon, and all of the power that we need, but absolutely no early clock. We can't afford to keep this. And this is better. It's not good, but it's better. So I need to work out whether I'm willing to play my Friendly Wisp first or my Scavenging Vulture. Both are going to be representing a pretty slow clock, but I think I'd rather keep the Wisp until I know that I have something powerful in my hand. Looks like we're going... I was about to say up against an aggressive... Okay, so it looks like they're Combre splashing a single red. That's what that looks like to me. I could attack in here. I'm definitely not going to be blocking, so I might as well attack. We're short on Primal, so I can't cast Levitate, and I think I just want to match their clock. We're going to need this Primal card fairly soon to help us out. Fortunately, we have some evasive threats. I don't think from memory we had any equipment. Yeah, that's not what we need right now. I imagine what's going to happen is they're going to be equipping up this Silverwing Familiar, and if we'd drawn the Primal Sigil, we could have done something about it, because we could have tried to levitate and then stun it in response, but with us getting both flooded and flooded in the colours that we don't need, there's not a lot we can do. Do I need to slow down the clock right now? No, I don't. I can afford to be taking a small amount per turn. Okay, that helps a little bit. It allows me to get some aggression on. I think if given the choice, I'd rather save my Friendly Wisp. It has the higher upside, and so we'll keep the Scavenging Vulture back to stop them attacking him with the Familiar, and then I think on their turn we just accept the fact that they get a Warcry against me. Because I want to stop that for as many attack steps as possible. Yeah, that's going to make my life difficult, although it gives me the stop that I need in order to stun that before giving away the Warcry. Do I want to trade here? Well, with no creatures in hand, no. I think the answer simply is. I'm really wishing I could have this Shadow. It'd make my life significantly easier. If they trade, I'm in trouble. I just can't afford to lose this guy. So I think we just wait. It's a fast spell. We sit back and see what our options are. And here I think we just slow down the clock. Am I willing to take 4 to see if they have another creature? It's probably not going to only have 2 toughness, so we'll get rid of 1 now. Unfortunately, their creature quality has been significantly better, and we flooded out, which is not the kind of additional help that we needed, although this can plausibly get us back into this match. It's one of the fatties that we've needed in this deck, just to sit back and to try and encourage them not to attack. I suspect that they'll have a trick or two, and I did think that at some stage that was going to get equipped up, and that's precisely what's happened. So they're going to be gaining 4 each turn until we can find something that deals with it. We don't have any straight removal, so I think we're now in a race scenario, although we don't have the power we need to cast this Arachnodon. And if they double block, they just get some damage in, and then we're on a faster clock, but this currently isn't doing anything. If we had the primal to levitate it, I would be so happy right now. Because this can't even block effectively. Yeah, I think this game's pretty much over ever since they got that equipment on and we flooded like we did. And so yeah, you think about the fact that they've been able to cast something every single turn. And in comparison, we've effectively been able to cast 5 spells, one of which was entirely temporary. Yeah, that one hurt a little. Let's see how we go for the next one. Maybe we'll get the colours that we need to cast all our spells, although in fairness, this is a pretty tortured mana base. It's not just a splash. And yeah, we drew pretty much all of our splash colour as well. Alrighty, Loyana, let's see what you've got. We have a curve, we have all of our colours, we have a keep. Okay, so we had the Violent Gust 2 if we'd been able to draw on that Primal Sigil to draw into in the previous game. So the plan is Dark Wisp, attack 25 times with a Dark Wisp. Win. Alright, phase 1. Oh, if they have a Lightning Strike, I get to draw a card, so I don't think they'll use that for a second. Alright, phase 1 of attack 25 times with a Dark Wisp has been completed. I think we're going to be using at least one of these Levitates to find something better. Ooh, phase 2 is going to be on. If that's the case, I've got my turn lined up with the Back Alley Bouncer, so we'll hold on to the Levitates. 23 turns to go. Are you seriously considering using a combat trick on this? The Dark Wisp must represent a lot of pain to you. If that's the case, am I willing just to play another one? See if I can bait out that removal whilst they're doing sweet nothing? No, I think that's just too greedy. I just want to get this clock on. If I can start doing 5 a turn, then I'm in a better position. Okay, and they were wisdoming anyway. So if they miss this turn, we could actually be doing something. Well, this deck is lining up well. Do we get away with this? I think I want to Violent Gust on their turn, although that will stop me from being able to attack him with my Wisp. So is the 1 damage worth it to me? Are they going to block it anyway if they let me get a card? I imagine they will. No, I think I'm happy just to keep this extra 1 damage. You never know. My guys aren't super powerful yet. And so I think every point of damage that I can get on the table is worthwhile right now. And Jinxy, I wish you were here, but you're at work. The Yeti is hopefully going to do some work for you, love. So wish me luck. They just need to not have a lightning storm. Boo! If we attack with both of these, they're obligated to block with the Amethyst Acolyte. Indeed, I could even give it Levitate. and attack in. That'll give me my snowball, which I can keep up for future reference. They are putting me very much in lightning storm range, although they also could have cast it last turn. Perhaps I just double levitate to get the 7 damage in. Yeah, I can see that, especially as these cantrip. Okay, but they have a stop. Which makes me wonder whether I want to expose myself to that. But what kind of stop could it be? It's probably a lightning strike, and the lightning strike will probably be used to kill the snow slinger. Because they don't want me to get my amazing value. Get in there, team. What else could that be? It can't be a levitate of your own. Perhaps it's the quick draw spell? If I'm fearing the lightning storm, I'd be in trouble here, but I feel as though I just need to ignore it. So we'll take our opportunity. Okay, it was a devour. Sure. That makes a bit more sense. And now we have the chance to start going up the curve and upgrading this Dark Wisp into a... What's the 3-drop? Is it just +1 or a higher cost? Okay, so if we can attack with the Whispering Wind, we have the opportunity to... Sure, you can do 1 damage to me. There's no way I'm letting you kill it and draw a card. Yeah, mayhap. Maybe that's an oops. So we have the choice of either doing a Sigil or a Dark Wisp to get a bit further up the curve. The Sigil could get us to our Arachnodon, so I think we just upgrade the Dark Wisp right now. They'll trade off here. Actually, yeah, no, that makes sense. The 2/2 is more valuable to them. Oh, could we be doing this? If they don't have flyers, this represents almost a 3-turn clock with a bit of extra change. It's pretty much a 3-turn clock. This could actually be happening, folks. Ah, no! No, my card advantage. Turn that into a 3/2 quick draw, attack in. We'll keep this back to block. Yeah, that sounds like a plan. If they kill it. So this is where I did lose a little bit of value by choosing to upgrade my Dark Wisp instead of just a Sigil. But if we can keep this alive and block, and keep the pressure on, and just draw into an Arachnodon, that's what we want to do. That makes me think they have a Haunted Scream or a Haunting Scream. And that really hurts because they're going to be taking the whole of our army, and I think that's the end of this fun little jaunt. We got so close. Oh man, we got close, but they ended up having better value than us. So when his Infiltrate hits, they play 5 of my units. So basically they play all 4. They get to play the 2/1, the 1/2, the 2/2, and the 1/1. That represents enough to kill my guy on the trade, so I think I have to chump block here. And hope that we draw something like my Arachnodon. Worth noting, I was right on that read for the Haunting Scream. And that's not going to be enough. But that might be. Okay. So this game isn't finished quite yet. We're not in a good spot, but it's not over. Ah, we were so close. We were so close. Okay. And now we're very, very, very much dead. They're going to be drawing cards, gaining life, and we're going to be beholden to not much at all. Oh, man. It has been. It has been indeed. Is this the deck that drops me out of the top 100? We shall see. Oh, man. So close. Especially if it wasn't a bomb like that. If it was something I could have ignored. Yeah, this is about as good as I'm going to get. Unfortunately, we're not on the draw again, which has helped us a lot in the past. But at least we have a curve. Oh, wait. No, that gives me the shadow I need to be able to cast out. A little bit... Oh, perhaps I do mulligan. Sorry, redraw. Because even though I can cast these, I'm then hoping that I just draw power. And that Aractodon, I think, is just a dead card in my hand that I'll never, ever, ever be able to play. Well, we have our removal, we have our colors, we have our creature, and we have one of our better cards in our deck. So I think that is an improvement up against Edge Soup. Out of these, I would much rather play my Snow Slinger to try and get the speed of my clock up. See if you're holding a trick. We could hold this up, but I'd rather just keep developing my board. We have the opportunity to levitate if we want to cantrip it through. Ooh, okay, so they're stuck on power as well. Unfortunately, we don't have another creature. If we could have dropped a 4-drop here, I think we would have been okay. Do I want to daze it so it's just out of combat? Or do I just accept the fact that I've gotten value here and I can snowball it? I think keeping this alive is too important to me. It represents too much of a clock. That sounds disgusting. But if I can draw another power, I can turn its health into 1 and then my snowball outright kills it. Yeah, okay. Let's keep my guy alive. It's not the play I'd ever like to be making, but it's all I've got. Next turn, if we want to get damage in, I can levitate it to help out. So do I keep the levitation for damage, or do I just try and make sure I can snowball this guy? I think I want to find more cards as soon as possible. I think I can wait on the Witch for a turn. Especially if I draw a power next turn, then I can use both the Snowball and the Witch. Otherwise I can just attack him with the Wisp and use my Alchemical Blast. And that way I can hopefully get a little bit more value. I think I need to be playing for value if I want to be winning against this opponent. Like if this is something big and powerful, then this will really help me out. Do I want to blast it? Actually, the Witch will pop the Aegis anyway, and I can use the Gust on a future turn. Okay. And I might as well use my power efficiently. It still doesn't let me get an attack in, unfortunately. But yeah. Now, was that my computer just being old? Yeah, they're powered down. That can't possibly be them having a stop. Unfortunately, now that they're drawing their power, they've obviously got nice things to play with it. So what happened there? 6 cost +3/+3. Play all units, and so it got them a free 1/5. Next turn we'll hold up the Violent Gust so I can block then. That one's a little bit annoying. So if that's the case, I'll attack with the 2 creatures that don't mind being blocked by a 1/5. Try and keep getting my damage in. And given that I'm nowhere near actually drawing the things that help me get card draw, or maybe I'm willing to 2-for-1 myself and keep this creature up. I should have done this beforehand. Because then I could have got... Oh no, I couldn't have attacked in. Yeah, I think I'm okay with that. We can wait until their turn anyway. There's not a lot of equipment in Elysian Colors at all, so I'm not fearful of them pumping it up beyond range. And if not, we can actually race them. If we kill here after they attack, then we'll be okay on that too. Actually, you know what? This blast represents more value to me. This represents value if I draw an Arachnodon. This is a really interesting decision. I think the removal is more valuable to me than a 1/1 that I haven't even had the opportunity. Like if I had in my hand the opportunity to pump it and I knew I could. I think this is where this game turns now. Fortunately, they got stuck on power and they've only ever drawn 1 power a turn, so in theory they should have none in their hand. And they've just drawn like a champ and drawn power every single draw step. See if I can see another card. Yep, that's very fair, letting it get through. Okay, that's what I didn't want to see. I wanted them to be just stuck with their top deck. The fact that they haven't slammed a power is the most perverse form of good news that I've had, because it probably means that they've only got good creatures. And I think we need to take that down. Yeah, and in case I draw an Arachnodon that I want to play straight away, I'll use my power now. No power? So you got an Arachnodon. I've been aching for an Arachnodon. If I cast the cloak, I can get 4 damage in here. Or I could turn this into a 4/3, but it only gets him once. If I get in and do 4, he's down to 10. It's probably going to force him to have to block my sprite sometime soon, although he has a huge attack swinging back at me, which is pretty scary. I could put the cloak on my witch, which makes her a 3/6, which is enough to double block and 3-for-1 myself. It's only unblockable this turn. The only value I can get is on the Snowslinger. It's the most powerful creature I have. It's not great value, but it's the only value I have, so... Let's see if the Yetis can get me there. It's worth noting that I can attack wide. Less likely that I can attack wide now that they drew the power, but that's reasonable. There would have been about 10 out of 21 left in their deck at the time. And now I need to work out. I can do 2, 4, 6. It's not enough, so we'll just take the 6. It's a shame I didn't have a levitate in hand. That could have dealt with this by the levitate, and the Violent Gust I had at the time, they still would have had their creature that was big. Does that help me at all? Allows me to give my 4/4 flying, which is useless. But it also allows me to see another card. There's no way I'm going to be surprise blocking, so I think we just use it now. We don't have the power to cast it. You're funny, deck. There's no value from the snowball because they're playing big guys. I could do this and double attack, forcing them to take 6, but I think instead I just attack in here. I'd rather actually get them close to a lethal attack than get my draw. I could snowball my Dark Wisp if I'm desperate to basically turn that into a free card. But they're going to be attacking, I'll be able to get a block. Okay. Unfortunately, this is no longer a surprise to kill it because it's not a double block. And they're not attacking in with their generator. We can't afford to take it all, so we lose our 4/4. And all good things must come to an end. Well, at least we got some sweet, sweet value. It holds back the 5/5s. I can represent a double block on the 6/7, and I need to draw another 5/5 as well as something to deal with his flyer because he has a 1/5 flyer in the air and continue for a damage turn. So unless I can get both a flyer and I can deal with his Stormcaller, I'm dead. Or I can be super duper dead. Oh, that would have been helpful a while ago. Alrighty guys, so we had a mighty 0-3 out of that video series. My line of a 1.5 might have been a little bit too optimistic. Yeah, what have we learnt from this? I think let's just quickly bring up that deck again. So I need to quickly go over to my collection and whoops, sorry. I forgot that when I claim my prizes, I don't get to go back to my particular deck list. Alrighty, so what have we learned from this? I love you, Jinxy. We didn't even see our Dawnwalker once. No wonder we lost. That makes perfect sense. Or the Venom Fang dagger. I think what we've learnt is that my wife needs to watch my videos of Draft 101. That and, hey look, this was a lot of fun. I quite enjoyed myself with it. Sometimes it's good not to take yourself too seriously. And perhaps even by trying to play a deck that's not good as hard as you can, you learn things too. I was surprised at how close I came. It just goes to show that so long as you have creatures and spells in your decks reasonably balanced, and you have that relatively early curve, you can do okay. Like in that game where we were yearning for a primal sigil, we drew what, 3 of our time? Of course this wasn't a problem with my wife's drafting. This was a problem with the draft format itself and how power allocation works. I probably shouldn't say that because I'm sure there's people who would take up their torches and just quote me out of context. But, well, if you don't have sarcasm in your world, what do you have? Alrighty, folks. Well, that was different, It was fun though. It really was fun. I've been Kozzi, drafting for Pick 1 Pack 1. As I said, if you want to see this again sometime soon, 20 comments. I know that I've never received more than 9 in a post, but I made a joke about not ever expecting to have more than 10 subscribers, and I got proven wrong on that pretty quickly too. Otherwise, we'll save this for the occasional 7 and X draft where I get a free one. I really don't care too much about my ranking. I just care about making some fun videos that you guys appreciate and enjoy. So please do let me know what you thought of this, whether it was fun for you. I know that I enjoyed it when I saw Chion do it on his stream, but I also know I'm a bit eccentric, so perhaps it's not the best for you guys, but we'll see. I've been Kozzi, drafting for Pick 1 Pack 1. I hope you enjoy Jinxy's deck, and I will see you guys sometime soon. Have a good one.